ghost blowjob scene with Dan Aykroyd, which good luck explaining that one, parents. Like, hey,
good luck getting a PG movie out now.
Right? Good luck with that.
To explain that to my kids. We watched it recently. I had to explain that, and we've had all the conversations, guys. We've read all the appropriate books. We are good little liberal parents that have done our best to give proper education. And I just have to interject real quick to just say that my kids properly looked at Sigourney Weaver a couple times and said, "This movie has sexy things in it." That's all I just have to say.
It does. Exactly.
You're raising them boys right. You raise them right. And two, I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like you kind of stepped into it. You should have done what my parents did and act like that shit wasn't even there. There was like, what? I didn't see anything.
What? What are you looking at?
What'd you see? Tell me what you saw. I'm like, I don't know. They're like, yeah, exactly. So exactly. Go out to the movie.
We're not explaining anything awkward right now.
Ain't explaining shit to a 7-year-old. Nope.
Eat your fucking popcorn.
Next, I kind of jumped. Yeah. And side note on that, like, okay, we love the Stranger kid, whatever, but literally just take just about any episode from the real Ghostbusters animated series and just make it longer. Like, it's really all we wanted. All right. It wasn't, you didn't have to do all this, but yeah, the movie franchise is a weird thing. The next I was going to say is a collection of things, because I believe like Avatar and the Last Airbender and Star Wars both wish they were Game of Thrones. So I think either one of those getting the Game of Thrones treatment would be fucking amazing. All right. Like I don't see, first of all, Avatar. All right. Yes, I understand the main cast is children, but so is Game of Thrones. Most of our kids. I mean,
so is Hunger Games.
What's that?
So is Hunger Games, to your point.
Yeah, but Hunger Games, I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, I guess Hunger Games, it exists. It's it's on Earth. Star Wars, again, they wish they were as badass, or tries to give, deeper characters or emotional depth. And they keep coming up short because you got to keep keep it family friendly, so just go full on families and genocide and war horror, go to town. I think that is exactly what Star Wars needs more than anything else.
So you want a live action Warhammer 40K movie is what you're saying?
Sure, give it to me.
That's always what I thought was like the darker evolution.
I'm pretty sure we already have that. It's called Dune, and it's doing great.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, that's true.
I wouldn't say Dune, because Dune.
It's almost the same. It's almost the same timeline. It is almost parallel to 40,000 Warhammer 40,000.
And I guess, really, you just have to, add a little more dynamic and make it really, really brutal. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll let you know. And a couple of now this one was a little stranger, but I would love to see like a crossover between the Smurfs and the actual Soviet Union, because the Smurfs were just epic communism. That's really all it was. Like, they were communists. Like, Papa Smurf doesn't look like Santa, he looks like Karl Marx. All right. So you bring on Marx, or it could be like a socialist utopia, or it could be communist China, either one. But everyone had the same housing, everyone had the same clothes, same resources, and the only one you had was greedy Gargamel, right? Greedy Gargamel wanted to, exactly. So Gargamel and Azrael were capitalism, and you had this happy utopia where the Smurfs lived, where everyone was still different and expressing themselves. They just, lived to their means, and, there weren't any lower classes or upper classes, and everybody was happy. It was fantastic. There was one girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weird.
Papa Smurf's house was bigger. Although
it's really weird.
It was bigger, and he got to wear red.
Josh, go ahead and stop this episode, man. What are we gonna say after that? I mean, honestly,
it is
let's
pretty
go
hard.
ahead and call this the shortest episode ever, because honestly, I don't have anything past what Greg has been laying down. I just
You'll come up with something.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
And then my last one, Heathcliff versus Scrappy Doo.
All right.
I want to see that fight.
You want, celebrity death match style.
Celebrity death match, Heathcliff versus Scrappy Doo.
I could get down with that. Down with that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
I don't know if this puts me in the communist realm, but I kind of want to see Heathcliff win. I don't know, just because I found Scrappy fucking annoying. That's fine. But I just and I am a cat guy.
Could be a tie where like just an anvil drops on the whole ring.
Well, that sums up some. Occasionally, I get NFL matchups like that. Like, well,
you know what? Let me
for Junior to hit the stadium, but yes.
I could switch it up too, like, just leave the Ghostbusters with their old episodes. I wouldn't mind seeing Scooby-Doo and Hellraiser.
Oh, now that has some interesting potential.
I feel like that would just come off as like Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars. Like, it's a little too off.
Which one? Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo and Hellraiser. Like, I feel like it would be the Jar Jar Binks of horror movies. Like, you're in the scene, and then Scooby comes, and it's like, I'm out of the scene.
I think you're going to find out things about Freddy that we always knew were true, but we didn't think we're ever going to see on screen. I mean, obviously, Velma is going to be your survivor girl. No question about it. All right. Velma's definitely going to live. And I'm just saying, I want to see Shaggy's hell.
It's probably
Shaggy as a Cenobite, like Shaggy and Scooby as Cenobites. Like, there would just be drugs being pumped into the back of his neck while he's being force-fed burgers or something. You know what I mean?
I would have thought it would have been drugs without the food, than weed without the food.
I feel like Shaggy's hell would be like a straight up 9 to 5 as an accountant, and he's a vegan.
Right?
And every time he tries to quit, they like give him a promotion.
So many people's actual existence is what you're saying. Right?
I mean, the guy is like a 42-year-old rolling around with
I was gonna say
shag van and a dog he's replaced about 3 or 4 times, because Great Danes live like 8 years, so you can't tell me that's the same Scooby. That is literally
not
like
the same dog.
Scooby-Doo. This dude is like 42. He has not worked. He's totally living off of his parents still. He's still driving the van that he used to, and he's just letting these teenage kids that he keeps meeting fucking drive in and give them drugs, and they feel cool and shit. Like, Scooby-Doo is actually a fucked up series when you start breaking it down.
When you break it down
not for the time. Well, hold on, not for the time that it was made. Because
that
creepy old dude.
No, I'm calling out
creepy old dude that let kids use drugs. Yeah, that was a guy. That was a guy. His name was Oliver, and he was from Rehoboth. And he would let teenagers do drugs in his house or his van. Absolutely.
All I'm saying is we've now turned Scooby-Doo into Dazed and Confused. There was always the drug connection, but now Shaggy, I never realized what is the Matthew McConaughey character.
Yeah. You just no, he always was.
My goodness.
And I'll take it a step further. All the people they bust, Shaggy's old colleagues and people he's just trying to take down on his own personal list. Like, he knows it's Mr. Johnson. He already knew. That's why they're there. That's why they're at the fucking haunted mansion that used to be a hotel, and now it can't be a hotel because there's a ghost there. He's like, nah, man, we're just gonna go over there and check that shit out. But he knows it's Johnson. He used to be one of his old business partners. He's got a hit list.
He's got a hit list.
Kids to take them down.
He is like Steve Buscemi in Billy Madison, with the list of people to kill.
It goes to credits before he puts the lipstick on. That's all.
List of people to frame for murder or whatever, or insurance fraud that could quickly turn into murder if he knows that. Greg, the only thing I had to add to your list, which was truly fantastic, or just a momentary thought when you're talking about the Cosby Show. There is it's got to be out there on YouTube. And if you want the cringiest piece of fatherly advice ever, go to wherever episode where he's lecturing the boy who took Vanessa out too late. And, he's talking about, like, he's got the 2 pieces of fruit and he's like, what if I said it was okay if you did everything, but you didn't go like that? He puts the 1 piece of fruit on top of the other. So fucking cringy to look back on this man now giving, advice on sexual norms to his kids. Right?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Just talk about going so dark so quick, just being like, you have this thing called the Quaalude, son. It's just like, oh my Lord. It's so bad. And fuck you, Bill Cosby. That's all I have to say for just.
Well, to Greg's point, if you think that's cringy, you should listen to some of his speeches that he was giving in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Without a doubt. Yes, without a doubt. Well, now that I'm kicking it, that's always the great place to a great segue to kick it over to you, RaShaun.
Cosby.
Hey, let's talk about Cosby.
Oh, we're talking about Cosby.
Thank you. Speaking of Cosby, what's up, RaShaun?
Yeah.
Let's go to RaShaun. That's just got to be not awkward at all.
It's like I'm not being racist, just saying you could look like a lost Huxtable. Like if it went on one more season and they had to add somebody after Raven Simone, like, yo, let's bring that shit back and put RaShaun
on. To be fair, I am more on Felicia Rashard's side of the family. That's
makes sense.
You could be in a different world.
Yeah, I'm Dwayne Wade's cousin. Something like that.
I can see it.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to separate.
Dwayne Wade. wait.
Doing my best to separate the bloodline as best as possible. Thank you for that connection. I honestly have nowhere to go with this.
Wait. What was his name? It wasn't Dwayne Wade.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wayne, not Wade. Wade's the.
Yeah, I said Wade.
Wade,
Wade.
Right.
Maybe it was Wade. Who's the NBA star? Now thank you. You've now made
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is the NBA player, star,
right.
Hall of Famer. Dwayne Wayne is Kadeem Hardison.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I can.
Thank you,
RaShaun. We've officially served our purpose now.
Look, everyone. I'm gonna tell you right now, the readers, you go ahead and buckle up because we're about to experience some turbulence. I don't know if this plane is actually gonna make the landing. We're about 100 miles out with 80 miles of fuel, so I'll do my best to glide this bitch down. But this is probably gonna be some of y'all might be eating other people when it's all said and done, because we might be crashing this bitch in the Andes. I'm just saying, this is going to go all over the fucking place. I have nowhere to go. I literally checked in with the fellas about 30 minutes before we started this to see what we were talking about. I had no fucking clue this is what we're talking about, even though we did kind of settle it little to people's understanding, or maybe they guessed this. We talked throughout the week to the point that it's almost like we share an office. So it's also surprising and unsurprising when we come to these conversations and we have basically the same thing to say because we've been talking about it the whole time. So bad on me for not realizing that this was a subject, even though we kind of settled this like on Wednesday, looking back at our text messages. And I'm still solely and woefully unprepared, which is why I've talked for the last 2 minutes on seriously not the subject, but how we got to the subject. And I'm doing my best. This is a tactic that I picked up when I was like in 5th grade, where
I was going to say, I feel like
you're killing it. Yeah.
I totally feel like I am like at the teacher in the classroom, just sitting there stroking my beard, being like, he didn't do the assignment, did he?
I did not do the assignment. And you and me and like a couple other kids in the classroom know. Yeah, this is totally how it feels. I'm just standing in front of the class. I know the teacher knows I didn't read the book. I know my friends know I didn't read the book. I got like 17 other people who are kind of waffling. And really the way I'm looking at it is like, if I can convince at least half of those guys, then the teacher's going to have a hard time giving me a worse grade than a C. So I'm just going to ride this bitch out and try and get that 75 and do my best to even get close to an 80. I might impress him. I might touch